The other thing that we're doing is adding BPC-157, that's body protective compound 157. I kind of call it like our Wolverine peptide for our comic book fans. It's a peptide we've used to help improve recovery after surgeries like jaw surgery, shoulder surgery, back surgery, but it's also really good for acute muscle tears. I've used it for IT band and quad tear, minor pec tears, and we've used it for a lot of muscular injuries that are, I know our patients have gotten themselves into just from training hard. How's it going, guys? I just finished writing an article about my current training program and do a little bit of a shallow dive into the science of why I have things set up the way that I do. Brief background is I trained consistently for the better part of 20 years and then had a 2-year layoff. So as I'm easing back into things, I wanted to do the minimum effective work, but I wanted to do things in a way that I felt would be most effective for more linear progress. This is a really simple routine. It's set up to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We alternate upper body and lower body sessions, which allows for a lot of frequency. And then we're also really focusing on progression. So every time I repeat an exercise, I want to make sure that I'm beating my performance the last time I did that exercise. So if I did 100 pounds on a bench press for a set of 10, the next time I do bench press, I want to make sure that I do 100 pounds for a set of 11 or 12, or I want to bump the weight to 105 pounds. I want to make small incremental improvements every single session. Incremental improvements every time is going to be big improvements by the end of the year. We have to remember that muscle growth is an adaptation to stress. The stress that you lay on the muscle is from the weight that you use. And so if the weights aren't changing, the reps aren't changing, you're not constantly challenging the muscle fiber, it's not going to grow. Muscle is really expensive currency. You got to use proteins for so many different body processes. So if you're not getting adequate protein intake, adequate calories, and really pushing yourself in the gym, your muscle gains are going to be less than probably desired. So this program just allows me to train with a more frequency and to consistently work on improving the poundage of reps utilized so that I can increase muscle tissue in the fastest way possible. It also allows, like I said, for me to maybe adapt the program really easily. So we're only doing a single exercise per muscle group at this point. So I can increase to 2 exercises per muscle group. I can have a heavy load in the 6 to 12 repetition range, and then a set that's a light load in maybe a 20 to 30 repetition range. We want to save those things for later when they're needed. Right now, I'm not doing anything super heavy, kind of starting in a 10 to 12 rep range, and I'll probably steadily increase the reps up to 20 reps a set before I actually increase the loads. The other thing that we're doing is adding BPC-157, that's body protective compound 157. I kind of call it like our Wolverine peptide for our comic book fans. It's a peptide we've used to help improve recovery after surgeries like jaw surgery, shoulder surgery, back surgery, but it's also really good for acute muscle tears. I've used it for IT band and quad tear, minor pec tears, and we've used it for a lot of muscular injuries that are, I know our patients have gotten themselves into just from training hard. In my case, it's more for preventative. When you're retraining, you tend to gain strength quickly in the muscle tissue. You tend to gain the strength faster in the muscle tissue than you do in the tendons and ligaments. So because of BPC-157's ability to improve tendon and ligament repair, I want it there as a preventative to kind of help keep the tendons and joints recovering well. And if there are little micro tears occurring from the workouts that I'm doing, I have something on deck to help improve that recovery from the start. That's pretty much it, guys. As I progress and advance and make these training sessions harder, we'll continue to evolve these programs. So like I said, this is phase 1. I'll run this until I feel like my progress is slowing, and from there we'll make changes and we'll keep you updated. I hope you guys find this useful and helpful in your own programs. If you have questions or it makes you think of questions, please send those in. I'd like to create content that is beneficial to you as patients so you guys can work towards your health and wellness goals. That's what I'm here to do. It's what I want to help with. So don't hesitate to reach out and let me know what questions you have and what kind of content you'd like to see from us. Thanks so much for watching.